It's your friendly math tutor, Miss C, here to unlock the magic of finding the point of intersection using the substitution method. You might have seen directions for this type of problem in a slightly different way. Another way that we can ask the exact same thing is to say solve using the substitution method. These two directions mean the same thing because in both you're solving for x and y, and that x and y value is where the two lines intersect. So that's why they mean the same thing. Now, you may have also seen using substitution on equations or systems that look like this, where you've got one variable by itself, there's no coefficient. Like you can easily get this by itself and do your substitution. Well, I have news for you. They don't have to look exactly like that. They can look something like this, and this is where the real power of math comes in, because you can actually substitute for anything that is the same in equations. So for instance, you might notice that I have a 4x here, and I also have a 4x here. They're exactly the same, which means that I can take whatever this 4x equals and substitute it in for that 4x. So let's go ahead and solve this equation, or we can find the point of intersection by substituting 2y minus 20 everywhere I see 4x in the first equation. So I'm just going to start, and I'm just going to say 2y minus 20. I'm going to change the color so you can see, and then I'm just going to write the rest of this equation because I already substituted 2y minus 20 for that 4x. So I'm going to write 5y equals 8. All right, now we're just back to solving this equation. I'm going to start by combining like terms. You can see that I've got 2y and positive 5y. That gives me a 7y. Still have minus 20 left here, and I get 8. My next step is to get y, the term containing y by itself. Sometimes we say we're isolating it, so that would be this term right here. So I'm going to add 20 to both sides because I'm making 0 on the left side so that 7y is by itself. So I've got 7y left here equals 28. To get y by itself, I divide by 7 on both sides, and y equals 4. All right. Now that I know what y is, I can go ahead and figure out what x is. So I'm going to take the easiest equation because, quite frankly, when I'm doing math, I'm trying to be efficient and fast. This is the easiest equation because there is x already on its own side, and I know I'm going to be solving for x. So I'm going to go ahead and write 4x equals 2. And everywhere I see that y, I'm going to be putting in my value of 4. So I'm leaving a space there, finish writing my equation, minus 20. So you can see this equation and this equation right here looks exactly the same, except that there's a gap where y is, and that is because I'm putting 4 right there. I'm substituting the y value. All right, so let's go ahead and simplify the right side of the equation so we can solve for x. 2 times 4 is 8 minus 20. So 4x equals 8 minus 20 is negative 12. To get x by itself, or to isolate x, I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides. And just as a reminder, we're doing that because we want this to be a 1 times x, because 1 times x is x, which means we've isolated it. And we get x equals negative 3. Now, your teachers might say having these 2 boxed answers is great. Some teachers might say you need to write them as a coordinate pair because it asks you to find the point of intersection. So when we do that, remember, when we write coordinate pairs, it's like the alphabet. X comes first and then y. So this is also a way to write the answer. And what, once again, this means is that we've solved for both x and y, but we've also found the point at which these 2 lines meet. So if we were to graph these, we would see that they meet each other and cross at the point negative 3, 4. Make sure to subscribe for more math videos. Till next time.